Hello, welcome to today's lesson on convex mirrors. To locate the image on a convex mirror, we still use the same three principal rays. However, they look a bit different in this type of mirror. For a convex mirror, the focal point is behind the mirror, so it's a virtual point. If the focal point is virtual, then the light actually does not go through it. The light just appears as if it does. Furthermore, for a convex mirror, all the images will be upright, virtual, and smaller than the object. The image will also appear between the focal point and the vertex. So to draw the ray diagram, you're going to pick a point at the top of the object and draw two incident rays traveling towards the mirror. Using a straight edge, accurately draw one ray so that it travels towards the focal point on the opposite side of the mirror. This ray will strike the mirror before reaching the focal point. Stop the ray at the point of incidence with the mirror. Draw the second ray such that it travels exactly parallel to the principal axis. Place the arrowheads upon the rays to indicate their direction of travel. Once these incident rays strike the mirror, reflect them according to the two rules of reflection for convex mirrors. The rays that travel towards the focal point will reflect and travel parallel to the principal axis. Use a straight edge to accurately draw its path. The ray that traveled parallel to the principal axis on the way to the mirror will reflect and travel as in the direction that its extension passes through the focal point. Align a straight edge to the point of incidence and the focal point. Draw a second reflected ray. Place arrowheads upon the rays to direct their direction of travel. The two rays should be diverging upon reflection. Locate the mark the image on the top of the object. The image point of the top of the object is the point where two reflected rays intersect. Since the two reflected rays are diverging, they must be extended behind the mirror in order to intersect. Use a straight edge to extend each of the rays using dashed lines. Draw the extension until they intersect. The points of intersection is the image point of the top of the object. Both reflected rays would appear to diverge from this point. If you were to draw a third pair of incident and reflected rays, the extension of the third reflected ray would also pass through this point. This is merely the point where the light at the top of the image would appear to diverge from the reflecting on the mirror. Of course, the rest of the object has an image as well, and it can be found by applying the same three steps for another chosen point. Repeat the process for the bottom of the object. The goal of the ray diagram is to determine the location, size, orientation, and type of the image, that is, formed by the convex mirror. Typically, this requires determining where the image of the upper and lower extreme of the object is located, and then tracing the entire image. After completing the first three steps, only the image location for the top extreme of the object has been found. Thus, the process must be repeated for the point on the bottom of the object. If the bottom of the object lies on the principal axis, as it does in this example, then the image of this point will also lie on the principal axis and the same distance from the mirror as the image of the top of the object. At this point, the complete image can be filled in. Okay, so we have our complete image here. Okay, it's smaller than the original. It's on the imaginary side. It's between the focal point and the mirror, and it's the same direction. Alrighty, so the first line that we're going to draw is going to be drawn parallel to the principal axis. It's going to stop at the mirror. The second line that we're going to draw is going to line up with the focal point and again, stop at the mirror. Okay, make sure you draw your arrows in to show which way the light is traveling. Okay, our first angle, our first ray, is going to bounce off the mirror in a way that would have lined up your point of incidence with the focal point. Okay, and the angle, the second incident ray that we drew is going to be drawn away from the mirror at an angle that is parallel to the principal axis, and that will also be continued behind the mirror. And then our object will be found where those 2 points intersect. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I will see you tomorrow in class.